today I'm going to talk about my experience at USC and any advice I have for going to college, I guess. A little bit about me. My name is Lynn and I graduated from USC with a major in accounting last year. May 2024 was when I graduated, so I've been a working adult for like a year now, so you know that's just great. But anyways, just wanted to talk about college. I feel like this is probably the only time I'll talk about it because I need to be over it now, or I'm already over it now. Okay, I originally went to USC for business major, but as I continued working on my degree, I switched over to accounting, which is still like within business, but it's like its own like separate school. But yeah, I figured it's like what happens in business majors is you take the courses that everyone has to take, but then you later on pick a concentration or something like that. That's maybe more specific, like real estate or marketing, but I wasn't too interested in those things, so I decided to just do accounting because I'm still taking the same courses as business majors, but I'm just now my concentration is more so like accounting stuff. I also had a brief minor in cinematic arts. I took one class where you could watch movies that haven't come out yet. It was called like Theatrical Film Symposium. That was fun. I got to watch like Death on the Nile before it came out, and what is that one? Glass Onion Knife. Anyways, it's this one. I'm looking down. It's my laptop so that I have my notes so that I know what to say. But then I actually didn't end up I had a minor in cinematic arts, but then I didn't keep it because I wanted to study abroad. Sorry, this is all over the place, but this is just about what I've done at USC. It's like major wise, I guess. Because I wanted to study abroad, I couldn't finish my cinematic arts minor in time. So I decided to like get rid of that and I wanted to study abroad. So I did. I studied abroad in Greece because for business majors you could have applied to like the business programs in other colleges around the world, but I kind of was like, I took so many business classes, I want to like just be chill and do whatever I like, take random electives, so that's why I chose to study abroad in Greece. I'll probably talk about it more in another video, but yeah, that was fun. And I had the option to pick Greece or Australia because a lot of the other countries you needed language requirements, and being a business major, I didn't have that. The other thing I did in college is I had FAFSA, right? So then I used work study and I worked at the ticket office. Thankfully somebody I knew referred me to there, but it was really fun to work there. Got to like work football games and stuff like that. I also did a brief semester where I tutored like graduate students English because English was their second language. So then we would meet up like at least once a week to like practice English, and that was fun. And at the end of the semester they would have to take a test to see if they pass English or not, and my tuti, oh that sounded weird, my student, they passed, so great, yay. And I had the opportunity to go to either UCLA or USC, and my personal preference was USC, even though UCLA did give me a better like financial aid. I decided to go to USC because I just felt like when I went to tour it in high school, I liked it way better than UCLA. And then after getting in, I was like, the stuff that USC has, like business and cinematic arts, is like, it's really like notable for, and less so for UCLA, so that's why I went and picked USC. I knew I wanted to live in LA for like a short period of time, and I got to do that, so that was really fun. But I probably wouldn't live there anymore. Like, I would not live there long term. I think it definitely needed a car, and I didn't have a car, and the LA drivers are crazy. But it was still fun, and I'm very glad that I got to live there. Fun experiences I've done in USC were the football games. Definitely they were fun, and I would go with my friend to sports games like the volleyball games, and we went to a tennis game and basketball games, and USC would give out free merch, so we would always just go to get like free merch. So this is a USC merch, but this is not free. I had to pay for it. I bought like the XXL of like adult, I mean not adult, of kids size, so that it'd be cheaper. But yeah, that was fun, and I have a lot of like free merch now from USC. One that says like FUCLA and like Beat the Bruins stuff, because we are UCLA's rival. One thing I didn't want to say is that I think, at least talking to other like college friends from different colleges, I feel like USC had a lot of school spirit. Like we were very proud of like being at USC, but I think it didn't feel like that when I would talk to my other like friends, and they're just like, yeah, there's no school spirit and whatnot. But maybe that was just like the crowd that I was around, so maybe they just didn't have school spirit. When I was trying to pick which school I wanted to go to, I cared about safety, but I decided to pick USC, you know, because I liked it more. I was quite concerned about safety, but one thing about me that is that I grew up from Oakland, and if you know Oakland, you know. So I was like, hey, it's not gonna be as bad as Oakland, and I mean, I was right. Like, and yes, it was a low bar, and I'm sure for other people like they felt quite unsafe maybe, but for me, I like felt fine. Also, we had USC had the program where it's like you get free lift after like, or like during a certain hour, I forgot what time, but like 6 or something, like you like will get free lift within a 1 mile radius of campus. So that's what we use a lot. I knew that USC is close to downtown, which is not that safe, and it's also close to like Skid Row, but I honestly didn't really go near that area that much. Well, I would go to downtown LA sometimes, but you know, always bring a friend and like be careful. Imposter syndrome, I definitely think I felt that in the beginning of when I started. Another thing about me, I feel like this video is not organized, so I'm sorry. I'm just yapping at this point, but I'm a first gen college student, so I think that felt like quite just imposter syndrome, like, oh, I don't belong here. And because I'm from Oakland, like I'm used to just only people of color. Like honestly, I've never really seen white people that much, so then that definitely was a big shift, and I realized like, oh, this is how other people like from probably different states that didn't grow up in the Bay like felt like, or in California felt like. So that definitely was like interesting for sure. But I think I just need to remind yourself, like, you got in, like, compared to other people, like, they chose you, so therefore you do belong here. Like, even though maybe I couldn't really, like, have too many shared experiences, like, growing up childhood-wise with, like, other classmates, like, it's fine, like, your perspective matters, and, like, you bring a unique perspective. And you're smart. You got in to USC, so congratulations. And I think over time, maybe when you find your crowd too, and it's also okay if you don't find your crowd, I think that definitely helped me feel better about like belonging at USC. Join clubs, you know, I joined 2 clubs. Those were the 2 that I was most active in, are Ultimate Frisbee, Women's Ultimate Frisbee. They're called the Hellions, and that was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was fun. I just knew I wanted to play Frisbee because I liked it in PE as a sport, like as a unit. So then I was like, I'm gonna do it in college, and I joined during COVID time. Okay, random tangent now is that I graduated high school when it was like when COVID just started. So then we didn't have a proper graduation. Like it was like a drive-in, and then for my first year at USC it was virtual, so I stayed home. And yeah, and then also what happened during COVID, well, then sophomore year I actually moved into campus, and I already forgot what apartment I was in, But it was fun. I had a good roommate. I lucked out and we became pretty good friends, so that was good. I had met her on Facebook, and it was like I was like asking like 10 people now, and me and my friend were like so sad, but then at the end like we both found roommates, so that was good. And then I definitely would always study at the one that looks like a prison, okay, like the one that looks like this office building. I don't remember if it's called Levy. I think that's wrong because that might be the library that. Anyways, the one that looks like a prison is where I would always study at because I needed it to look like a prison. Like it felt like people were looking at you at the same time. So I was like, okay, I need to work now because other people are looking at me. They definitely are not looking at you. And I needed an outlet, and that prison library, that's not what it's called, but I'm forgetting the name. It has a lot of outlets, so I needed an outlet because my MacBook would always die. A fun fact is on my like last year, so my senior year at finals time, like my MacBook like broke. So then I had to go to the library and rent out a like MacBook every day to study. Yeah. Well, now I have a new one. Food recommendations. If you don't want to eat at the food cafeteria. Oh my god. Every word is gone for me. But anyways, you know the food cafeteria? Anyways, dorm, like college food cafeteria stuff. If you don't want to eat there or at the food courts on campus, there's Northern Cafe, which is nearby, and I like their beef roll pancakes. My friend took me there once, and like I was like, oh shit, this is so good. So yeah, and if you want like a cute coffee thing, there's Dulce, which I'm sure you know. It's like in oh my god, okay, I think it's called The Village. It's in there. And then Kava is also in the Village. Kava is like, I want to say Mediterranean food Chipotle. It's like Chipotle but Mediterranean food, right? And it was good. I feel like honestly the quality did get less good over time, but worse over time, but I mean it's still like good if you want it. And another like a Mexican food place is El Huero. I really like I usually get like the wet burritos, and I like their what the heck is it called? It's like I know it's aqua fresca, but I'm trying to like name the flavor and I'm forgetting. I think it might be honeydew, but it was like orange, so maybe it's not honeydew. Anyways, it's like a melon flavored, and that's really good when you're drunk. after football games, people would go there to get food or something. Yeah, and also there's like a intersection that that people, you walk around, that's the campus, and there's an intersection in the Village, and then there's like a middle school or something here, and then right over here at night sometimes, I forget the dates and I don't know if they're even there anymore, but they would sell like $2 tacos, and they were really good. And they would sell horchata, and that was also cheap and good, and they only accepted cash. Another place a lot of people would go to, it's called, dude, I forgot all these names, but I think it might be called Taco Zone, but I could be wrong. I don't think you can search it up online, but it might be near the AutoZone nearby. Anyway, just ask around. Don't ask me because clearly I can't say the name of it, but yeah, that's what people would go to after, like on the weekends. Now on to my tips. My first tip is enjoy it while it lasts. Definitely, I think college was definitely an experience that I would treasure for sure. Like I made a lot of good memories and some great friends. Like didn't think I would meet a friend from Chicago or like New Jersey at that, like, so that's pretty cool. Try new experiences, like try to say yes to as much as you could. Oh my god, I'm totally forgetting to say, I said my clubs, right? I joined 2 clubs and I only mentioned one of them, but I joined Frisbee, and now it's gonna sound so like nerdy of me, and weird of me, but I joined a tax club. I joined the Volunteer Income Tax Association Club. think that's what it's called. Oh wait, no, Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Club. It's called VITA, and I learned how to do people's taxes, so that was fun. For me, it was fun, okay? It actually legit was fun for me. I like literally went to the club fair just to find them again, and they just like tried to ask me like, do you want to do taxes? And I was like, yes, I do want to do taxes. And I just think I wanted to, I always hear like, oh, taxes are scary, or people don't really know how to do taxes, and I did know how to do taxes, so I wanted to learn how to do that so I wouldn't be scared of it. And then I got really knowledgeable, and then a lot of my friends would come up to me to ask me tax questions, so that was cool, I guess. And I am in an accounting profession still, so yeah. You don't need to join the Frisbee Club or VITA. I mean, it's cool if you want to check that out, but just do whatever. Join clubs as many as you can, and do things that you find interesting. Like, I lived with my cousin for 1 year of college, and my cousin, he also went to USC, so he wanted to make a club, so he created like a food science club where they would like make stuff. I think one time he came home with like yeast stuff, or I don't know if they make candy or whatever. It's just like, it was cool. Good for him. Put yourself out there and get comfortable being uncomfortable. Explore LA, definitely. There's definitely a lot to explore there. I use like the zip car to get around sometimes if I didn't have a car. Because public transportation, like, it's okay, but it's nice to have a car sometimes. Use Professor Ratings website. I forgot. Oh, it's called Rate My Professor. Use that website. And use the therapy. If you need therapy, go to therapy. I'm not saying that you need therapy, but I'm saying there definitely were times where I needed to go to therapy because I was like, oh my god, I'm going through a crisis, so I needed to go to I literally went to emergency therapy. Okay, so you go to the student health center, and then I think this should be free even if you don't have the health insurance from the school. You go to them and say like, I need an emergency therapy, and then they'll like give you the emergency therapist right there, and then I think you'll be like entered into this program. I forgot what the thing is called, but you get to like see a therapist for a little bit of time when they'll like, it'll be free, I think. And then if you need to continue, then they will like find you the actual therapist. So yeah. And then you can definitely use the ticket office. You can get discounted movie tickets and other discounts. I think the best one's probably the movie tickets that they were selling, or I was there, so I think we sold like AMC and Century or Cinemark, those ones. And something else that's like for California is that you can get CalFresh. So a lot of people, if you're in college, like we just got CalFresh, or you apply for it and then we get CalFresh. So that was a nice perk because you get to like a few $100s, maybe like $100-$200 a month to spend on groceries. So that was a very nice perk. So the last part of this video is of talking about classes. There are some cool classes that I took. Like, you definitely don't need to just take like your major classes and the GE classes. You can go to cool classes. I was what am I saying? Okay, some of my GE classes though I did take that were pretty cool. One of the classes I took that was a GE, it was called like something like trauma using theater, something along those lines, and that was a fun class. Like, we just uncovered a lot of trauma in that class. And then I also took a lot of like PE classes. They're usually like 1 unit and 2 units, and it didn't require too much. Or you can also audit it, which means you can like just take the class, but you don't have to do any of the homework, and you won't get a grade for it, I don't believe. You just like go take it whenever. And you can also do pass no pass, where it's like you just get a pass or no pass, you don't get a grade, or you can just take it for a grade. I took hip-hop class. That was really fun. I'm not a good dancer. I'm quite stiff, that's the word. So I think it was helpful to kind of help me get out of my shell. And I also took self-defense. That class was fun. I learned how to like choke somebody. I don't know if I remember anymore, but it was fun. And Jokes on my guess. And I did weightlifting and also yoga. I got to also see a lot of cool celebrities. There was this K-pop group that came, so I got to see them, and also Kim Se-jung, I think that's her name, for Producer 101, right? I didn't get to see Olivia Rodrigo, but my friend's friend, like a mutual friend, they were in the same class as Olivia Rodrigo, so, and then apparently like they all acted like they didn't know her. But that's cool to know. The actress that's in Euphoria, oh, her name is Storm Reed, so I saw her sometimes. Oh, also that guy from Never Have I Ever, or Am I Trippin'? I seen him at the grocery store. We were at Ralph's, okay? I locked eyes with him. But what's his name? I forgot his name. Jaren Lewison? The guy that plays Ben Gross. So yeah, that's fun. But yeah. Okay, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.